So
I just feel like
it's getting so.
we need to
No,
grab
go
the
ahead.
young kids. We need to grab them up underneath our wing. We need to tell them like, yo, chill, bro. Calm the fuck down. But
Yeah,
we
but
need
but
more men outside on the street. We need more men outside on the street. More people that's gonna be vigilant. More
Yeah,
aunties and uncles like, yo, stop doing that. If y'all
and yeah,
don't, if
that
y'all,
bring.
if we, I feel like we need to actually be outside on. We need auntie
And
looking out
we
the
need
window.
to, and in the house, we need to stop acting like our babies don't do
Don't
shit
do
wrong.
nothing. Right.
Yeah,
That's
Stop
step
acting like your
one.
baby is innocent. Stop acting like your kid ain't a regular kid like everybody else. No, they do something. You make sure you handle that because guess what? When you don't handle it inside the house, they gonna go outside and it's gonna be something else. Somebody gonna end up handling it. Whether they get caught by the police, they gonna kill them, or they gonna
but
get.
but this is
and
this. Hey, now check this out. In Washington Heights, right, where a lot of Dominicans are at. Let me give you guys an example. If you're outside doing something dumb, like maybe acting up, and cops rough you up, the rest of the community as Dominicans, we don't have your back. Like we're not gonna go out and protest any of this. You know why? Because to us, you're acting like a knucklehead in public. So the fact you're not acting like a knucklehead in public, nobody has your back. The community will let you fall on your face. The cop can drag you on your face, and people will walk by acting like nothing ever happened. And
yeah,
what happens what happens there is that it sets the tone, because now every Dominican in Washington Heights knows if I act stupid, the community don't have my back. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't. Now imagine if we had his back and he's getting dragged, even though he's a known idiot, he's getting dragged, and we start defending him against the police department. Then what happens is we're encouraging other people to act like knuckleheads. So what we do as Dominicans in Washington Heights, we don't support the behaviors we don't want to continue to support. Does that make any sense? I don't know if I made any
No,
sense right
no,
now.
that
Yeah,
made sense.
now you make sense.
it
Now
makes
you
Made
a
make
lot
perfect.
of
So
sense.
so so there's
it
no
makes
marching. There's no marching for your local drug dealer who got dragged away on his face through the concrete. You know, the rest of us. When I was growing up, I
It's the
knew that.
tone.
Yeah, I knew growing up that if I acted dumb and I had a bad reputation, if the cops wanted to drag me by my face, no one's protesting for me. No one's
Hmm.
filming it. People are stepping over me. That's clear fact. So it sets
that's
the tone for the rest of us. We don't
that
just
brings
protest. You understand?
that
So
brings up the name George Floyd.
Hmm.
And notice
right.
people talking about Black Lives Matters united us. They united us behind a thief, a robber, somebody who just a few weeks ago was in jail for.
I'm glad you said that because I've lived in African American or black communities, and the black community, and I saw the opposite was in effect. You know what I mean? Like, so I culturally it was different for me because you know protesting. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's a
So
different
it
protest.
right. So it almost encouraged us to act kind of dumb around cops or acting like knuckleheads, and unlike in Washington Heights, if you did that, you're on your own.
Yeah, I wanted to bring
We,
up a
we
topic on that.
condone
So
erratic behavior. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
44 million. That's what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I think if the diaspora got together, we can learn from each other. I really do think so. We can learn how to bet. We all have pieces to this puzzle. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I
The
wanted to
only
bring
thing
up a
I really
topic.
want to learn, I want to learn from the Mexicans, and I ain't trying to be racist or no shit. But how the hell y'all stay 10 deep in the house? I can't even stay with my brothers 20 minutes in the house. You feel what I'm saying? And that's sad on my behalf. You know what I'm saying? I can, but I'm just over exaggerating. But
I don't even know.
to live with people like that,
Listen,
and
I
man,
don't.
I love that unity, bro. I hate to say this against my own people, bro, but bro, we can learn a lot from them. Just like I think they took the time to learn from the ant. We sit around trying to come up with raid and all this other insect killing spray that we can do an unalive spray and killing the ant. We should learn from the ant. The ant has enough time to go get its food in the summer to store it up for the winter. When are we as a people going to go get our food for the summer and store it up for the winter? When we going to do that?
I want to bring up a topic. Basically, like, I just want to let everybody know that the celebrities, they're not our leaders, and we got to stop following them because they don't really care about us. And I'm gonna explain to you why. These are the things that build a community. You know, trade schools, they build community. Skill schools, starting businesses, building our own neighborhoods. That's how you build a community. And none of these celebrities are even trying to teach us or give us any free information about this stuff. None of the celebrities are even building these particular things in the hoods that they claim that they're from. You know, you look at, I'm a driver for Amazon, and I go to Philly, I go to Maryland, I go to Jersey, I go to Camden. You know, I'm from Wilmington, and you know these cities are horrible, and there's a lot of celebrities that come from these cities that claim that they claim the city and all this other stuff, but and claim that they you act like they're a leader whenever something goes down, but they're not providing us with the thing that's going to actually help our community, which is we need to start building trade schools in our communities that for their family. If we had a system, so we need to start building our own trade schools, our own skill schools. We have to start starting our own businesses. And start building our own neighborhoods. That's how we do this. We got to stop thinking that these celebrities are our leaders. They're not. They're just a face, and they're all being controlled. And the way you know they're being controlled because they're not even telling you how to start a business. They don't even. Most people who say they got businesses, if you ask them certain that, see, you don't have a business. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's so much that we don't know. And we keep thinking that money is king when money is not king. Credit is king. You know what I'm saying? We're not even taught about credit as black people. So these are the things that's going to help us get together. But the stuff I'm talking about right now is going to be the real change that we're
Yeah,
that
but
we're going to
there's the thing,
have. That's the
Republic.
only thing.
Republic, I agree with you, but I think that's phase two.
Yeah.
Phase one, I think that's phase two, and that should be phase two. But phase one is changing the way phase two, phase one would be creating rules and engagement within our communities. Kind of like the Charles guy. This guy is setting. He's setting the stage. It's not reinforcing these type of behaviors. The first step will be to clean our neighborhoods out of these
Mhm.
individuals.
Change the culture. You're right. Change
Change
the
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 culture.
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 Yes.
Once we change.
Music too.
Yeah, we start there. We start not encouraging people who are not credible in our communities. And then we start also calling out those, like you said, about calling the police and this and that on those who are not participating and are terrorizing the community. We start with those two things and watch how we'll clean ourselves off from this environment. And then slowly but surely, we'll start moving into phase two, which will be now establishing a trade school in our communities. We
But we
can't do
gotta
that now with.
during stage one, we can't make the drug. We can't just wean the drug dealers and stuff out because that's somebody's son and that's somebody's daughter. We have to get them to understand that you don't need to do this to provide for your family. You
No,
don't
no,
need
no.
to.
No, no. We just take that's collateral damage. We move along. Collateral damage, but we
Well, I'll
have to
put it
move
like
on.
this in phase one. If we just can't say we can put the tools inside of our prisons for those who don't want to follow the rules and the silent codes that we're developing in our community. We don't need to throw them to the wolves. We need to have our own privatized situation. Now, that's going to be hard to do. Of course, you need finances, but that goes to where my brother Republic was. Got my career. All
The
these football, I
reason
hate to hear people, black especially black people, black men, that's my football team. You don't own that shit.
Yeah, I've been
the
stopped
re- the,
watching
the reason
sports.
why I say to Republic is this. Yes, take it as collateral damage because we can't build any trade schools in any neighborhood. I
Like
want to
Right
go
saying,
into a
now,
but
trade
I'm just
school.
saying, don't throw them into the system that we already know is screwed
Yeah,
up.
no
Right. The
That's
suppressed
collateral.
all I'm
system.
saying. They
No
need to be put
collateral.
away.
No
Don't get me
collateral.
wrong.
No collateral. You have collateral damage. We sacrifice a few for the greater good. Collateral damage. We clean up the neighborhoods. Then you place. Then you place the schools because after you clean up the neighborhoods, the luring of making income through illegal trades is no longer there. So now
right.
you have youth looking for a way to make capital, and
But
this
I'm
is
just
when
saying
you.
with the drug dealers, I'm just saying they've legalized marijuana probably in about 30 states now, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not saying do away with them. If they want to do weed or what it say or whatever, and they could teach them some botany or some. I get what you're saying that it's a process to that, but I don't want to throw them back to a evil system that's gonna teach
They
them nothing.
they could
They
be
Maybe
need to be
valuable. They could be
well,
reprimanded by our
right.
restructured.
own.
The kids are going to be saying, okay, well, I can go to this trade school and make 15
Right.
bucks an hour or 20 bucks an hour, whatever it is,
Right. Right.
or I can just sell drugs and make, 300 bucks an hour. Do you
All
understand?
right.
So we have to
But
clear out the competition. Collateral damage. Sweep it
but I think
away.
we should be
I do
setting
want to.
this.
Wait, clear out the market. By taking this collateral damage, we're clearing out the market. Now the youth is looking for work. Obviously, they can't sell drugs in our neighborhoods because they know that things are going to pop off and they're going to get snitched on. So they're going to learn quick. We're not doing that. That's not our move. They're going to stay around. Then you put and that now you have the school established. And then you're saying we won't tolerate you selling drugs again because that's not what we're doing here. You can join our trade schools. But you have to clear out the market. As long as that market is not cleared out, none of this works from an economic.
This
The
is why.
same thing that we
That's why I
fighting right
said don't
now.
throw them in them. That's why I
Yeah,
said
that's
don't
one of
Don't
throw
my
them
put
in.
them
We
in
points.
gotta.
that system. We need to
We
develop our own system in
right.
the process of going along. You got to look at this, bro. Okay, let's just take this, and I think I'm probably gonna go to sleep on this one because this been bothering me. I've looked up the Roman Catholic priests, and don't you know right now you have 700 and practicing in the Catholic Church. Um, the Boy Scouts of America have over,
Mm.
I think it was like 78 or 80 cases of child molestation in the Boy Scouts of America, and they say they couldn't cover the cost, so they filed bankruptcy. And my dear brother, R. Kelly is sitting up in jail. This is why I say don't throw our brothers and sisters who might not grasp what we're doing at that particular time. Don't put them in that system that's going to teach them more mischief. You learn, man. Look, when I hate to tell my business, but when I got locked up, bro, I learned how to do more bad shit when I was locked up than when I was in the streets.
No, I hear you.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like with me, it was just, I know by the grace of God and me, what I'm saying, my grandma, everybody praying for me at what is built up to beat. My daddy beat my ass, but he was a good provider and all of that other shit. But he beat my ass. So with that being said, we have to establish a system to where we can get that black man to stay in the household.
But imagine 44
We have to
million
do
had you
that.
come out, right? Okay, you went in, but imagine you've come out and now your neighborhood has completely cleaned up so you can't go back to doing whatever you were doing. And now they're
I
saying there's
want
a trade. Wait, hold on. Now they're saying now those same kids who went to trade school now they have their own companies, and now they're gonna hire you to get a job, and then you can also go to trade school.
Oh,
This is the drug dealers are out in the corner. You cannot build a trade school because it's competition. You're competing with drug dealing money. It's not you don't have no, you don't have a day in hell to
Okay,
compete with
so
that.
I just want to say
I,
why, like the main reason why I was talking about like building schools and stuff, and because it does build a community. That's the only way to really build a community. But also, the way that it's going to help with the crime in the community is that most people who turn to crime is because they don't have any other options.
there you go.
So if we start building the schools and the trade schools and stuff and the businesses, well, the more businesses and the more schools we have, the more options they will have. So, like for instance, like if if you try to go to school and it's like it's like all the way out somewhere else or it's too expensive, and then you try to work and then you're not really getting a job because you ain't got no experience. Then you see the dope boy doing good, then it's going to be more enticing. But if you have
Disagree,
they
Republic.
turn,
Man, I have to
who
disagree with you, brother. Because
I,
listen,
I
I am
I
telling you,
really
I've
do
seen.
believe most people have guards. Like
Man, I have
that's
seen
just
Washington Heights ran, and I've seen a community where where there's none of this drive-by stuff going on, even though they're doing because they make an example out of you. Somebody has to take the fall, and then you have to clean the board. I am telling you that the best way to go about this, and I know you guys don't agree with me, is to clean the
but
board, do what
people.
Charles and Whiteston, whatever his name is, says,
I know I
clear
agree with
the
that, but
community, leave no competition on these streets. The kids will learn watching others go. They'll be like, you know what? These people out here snitching. Let me just chill out. Maybe I need to get a job, and maybe they're going to be thirsty for a job. And then now you come along, Republic.
yeah, but when
Hey,
they're
I'm going to
thirsty for
teach you a
that job,
trade. I'm going to show you how to
you
get a job. I'm going
yeah,
to
but
teach you a trade how to
we
get
gotta
your own
have that stuff
company.
lined up for them already because once they let's say you look up and you see what's going on, you like, man, I'm gonna go to a trade school. You can't wait years. You can't wait years,
Fine,
if,
fine.
especially
Republic,
if
good
you're
point.
18.
Republic, good
We gotta
point. Okay,
yeah.
okay, fine. You got a good point. Maybe have the trade schools already kind of in place, or if not in place, early on in stage one. But you got to clean the board. The board has to be cleaned. There's
I'm gonna
no
tell
way
you
you
how
can
the
have
I
both.
think
colonize.
we gotta
I'm gonna
clean the
tell you how the
neighborhoods, but
colonizers got
we
us.
gotta clean the neighborhoods, but we also gotta clean schools in the world. You could take out all the drug dealers, and I get what you're trying to say, the host, but you could take out the drug dealers. I feel like they are a valuable piece of the community.
I do too.
Valuable. Listen, it's
Not
not just
all of
drug
them.
You just
dealers.
gotta you gotta teach
It's
them and
not
train
it's
them
not
different.
just listen. It's not just drug dealers. It's again encouraging and supporting Nobody cares. They don't
All right.
care. No one cares.
So
They'll
let
walk over
so
you. I
let me,
promise you.
I,
Watch the
I, I
heights.
get I get what you're saying, but I mean it's just the title I think that we're getting caught up on drug dealer because all drug dealers ain't bad. I'm talking
Well,
about the badasses. I'm talking about the ones who's out there, like you say, misbehaving and acting like can't nobody. Okay, I'm gonna take some of this weed money and I'm about to make a contribution to this trade school because I'm tired of selling weed. You understand what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
can't say
exactly.
44
all.
million. I'm
Yeah,
agreeing with you. What I'm
yeah,
saying here is, I said again, I'm gonna say it again. Any behavior that is not conductive to the
correct.
community, see? Now you said there's a
So what do
guy
we do
who's
with the
doing
crack?
this and that,
What
and
do we
he's
do with the
contributing
addicts?
back. Wait, you're saying 44 million is a guy who's doing this and that, but he's contributing back. If you want to continue to see that behavior, you reinforce it, you encourage it. But I'm saying any behavior that's not desired by, then it must be wiped off the table. Do you
Right.
understand? By
So
Okay,
what?
all means
that's why I'm
necessary.
saying it was just. I think as you would put them, they need to take their ass somewhere and sit down and get it together. But I'm just saying, in that same breath, while we are putting them in that system, we have to develop our own system so we won't keep putting them in that system. You
Right.
understand? So that's where Republic's idea come in, that the numbers are changed eventually, where the young people have more options because now at 18 years of age, you have pretty much two options. You can go to the military, or you can, or three options. I could say go to the workforce. You're gonna end up at Bojangles or McDonald's or Walmart or some shit like that because you don't have the experience. Or you can go to college, and we all know college is expensive. So you only have really three solid options that you can do when you graduate high school. So I understand what or any that have more options, and the drug dealer will slowly but surely move
Wean
away,
itself out.
Die
or
out. Die.
Die
you
out.
can,
And
yeah, it'll die out. So I get what both points are. So it's a gradual step in both directions that I think we can walk and chew gum at the same time, right? So I just think this is a walking and chewing gum situation that we have to do as a people.
Look, I'm glad we're having this conversation. Look, we have to have these conversations.
Right.
Each one teach one, and we can all learn from
yeah,
each other.
I
I
wanted
think
to
we
add
should.
something to that too.
I,
Once you
I think
go,
this. I think this actually took a
um,
turn for the better because we talked about all that controversial stuff in the beginning together to actually come up with some type of solution on how we gonna move. Years I'll be at 3 o'clock in the morning having a conversation with my brothers, trying to see how we gonna move our hoods and our. Yo, we got one brother here from Delaware. I'm from across the bridge. You from across the bridge, New York, Delaware, Jersey, Chicago, or wherever my brother from.
Louisiana, everywhere.
We
Hmm.
I want
everywhere.
to,
We
I
putting
want to
our
give,
ideas together. This right
I want
here is the foundation. Y'all understand that? This is
yeah,
powerful. You got almost 200, 150 people watching us put our creative minds together to build. You understand what I'm saying? So that we
yeah,
could actually put get our communities back the way that we know that they could go. And this is what the government don't want us to do. They don't want us to collaborate with each other. They don't want us to come and be we are a power, we are a force to be reckoned with. And they know that. Once we start putting our minds together, our women stop hating on each other about which wig is this and which wig, and they put their minds together and we all come together as one. It's over. It's over. And they know that. That's why they fearful. That's why they put movies like this in place to divide us. For us to be fighting,
exactly.
arguing back and forth, for us to be they do this for a reason. But
And I
we
want to give
we the
y'all
millennials, generation X and Z, we not having it no more.
And yet and
This
exactly.
still, yet and
And I just want
still,
to add. I
we
want
get we
let me.
got a we got a primary. I mean, we got a midterm election coming up, y'all.
and it's important. Vote. Vote for this mass.
I'm sorry. Oh, I did.
So,
I did want to add something to
Wait,
what
wait,
she
wait,
was
wait, wait, wait,
saying. I
wait.
just want to give y'all a
Before
little
you
bit of
start,
history.
hey, before you start, let's get let's get the last three people here and move the panel over to because we have a whole line here. And I want to go to bed today.
All right, it
So
was nice
All
talking
right.
to y'all. I'm gonna drop down, y'all.
all right, you
Peace and
guys
love,
take care.
brothers.
Oh yeah, can I have all three
Yeah,
previous
I'm gonna drop
step
too, bro.
down?
Appreciate it.
All right, you guys take care. Thank you.
Yeah. I just wanted to say something real quick. I'll give y'all a little bit about how the colonizers really got us to where we at today. So if you everybody know the history, American history about what happened in the '60s with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and the Black Panthers and stuff like that. But no one knows about the other attacks that they did to us. And one of the so what they did was they paid attention to the type of people who were supporting our black leaders, and they noticed that most of the people who were supporting them the most were people who had trade schools. They well, not trade schools, but they had trades, and they worked in the factories and stuff like that, and did the labor jobs. So what they did in the '70s after the '60s was they started shipping the labor jobs over to China and stuff like that. And then that's when you start having our neighborhoods. You can see our neighborhoods in like Detroit and Camden and stuff like that. You can see that you can go to the neighborhood and see what happened to the neighborhoods once they closed down the factories. That's when and that at the same time that's when they started throwing drugs and stuff into our neighborhoods. And
Right.
so and what they also did was they took the trades out of the schools. Every high school had a trade, like they had trades and stuff that they would teach the the minorities because they wanted us to do all the labor work. So they actually had trade schools and trades in all the schools, and so they took that out to schools as well. And so now you have to actually go to a trade high school to actually get a trade when normally it used to be every school used to teach you a trade. So that's why, like, once you learn a little bit more about history, about how they destroyed us, then you'll know how to fix us. So that's why I was talking about the trade schools because that's basically what they did to us. In the '70s, they sent all of our factory jobs and trade jobs and stuff over there to China. So, but with that, they got what they wanted. They destroyed us as black people in America. But what ended up happening was it was a double-edged sword because China coming. so
Yeah, and but let me add to that real quick before we let you go. Also, the way that the rest of us from the diaspora are somehow intertwined with what you said is also this. Like for example, my family came here in the '70s. You follow me? And why did we come here? Because the United States, look, they told us from the other groups of diaspora, from the islands and the Caribbeans. They told us this. Check it out. They said to us, "Come in the '70s. Come to the United States and come work for these corporations under these trades because the black Americans are not willing to work." Right? You follow me or no?
I'm
Right. So
nah,
follow
I'm
me.
listening.
So wait. L-
Nah,
Wait,
nah.
wait, hold on,
Yo,
wait,
I'm
hold
hold
on,
up,
hold on.
hold up.
Let me
I'm gonna tell
l-
y'all right now. Listen, hold up. I'm from the South, yo.
let
Listen,
me wait,
the
hold on, hold on.
South,
Let me
we
let me
built
finish
I
the
would
this.
say
story.
Black
Let me finish
Americans
the
do want to
story.
work though.
Let me finish the story because it does. It's not that wasn't the point of the story. The point of the story was this: that they told us that they're asking for too much money. They don't want to work. What in reality, what was happening was that Black Americans were wanting equal pay, right? Which is their right to want equal pay. So what they did it was they brought us in and uh, other black people from different parts of the world to do the same jobs but for less, with the stigma of saying you're doing this job because black Americans don't want to do it anymore, which is not the truth. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
I know. I'm
yeah,
so
I'm gonna
sorry.
go ahead
Hey,
and drop down. I'm about to say bye to everybody.
goodbye,
I'm about to say bye to
Republican.
everybody. I just want to say that I enjoyed giving y'all, some information and learning from you guys as well. Hopefully, the discussion continues to be positive and, something that's fruitful for everybody and for the community. I love y'all, and y'all have a good night.
Take care, Republic. Go ahead. We're still talking about it. Right. I'm sitting down. Oh, you can curse.
You're right. You're right.
And what? And weaves? You got trolls. Don't worry about them. I didn't hear any of that. Because we have to
United we
get to.
stand,
Because
divided
we
we
have to get
fall.
to. No, hold on. But you've been talking for like 3 minutes, and I gave it to you because you waited for an hour. But let me intervene once in a while. Well, go ahead. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. No. Oh, don't give me that. I come from a woman. You're speaking. You're false because that is not the case. First, no, because obviously. Okay, so you've been there for an hour. I can't listen. I had an all woman panel here for about an hour or so. And I didn't cut anybody off there. I don't know where. Listen, I don't like that energy. You're here trying to make me out. The energy of trying to make me out like I'm. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Listen. I gave you your respect. Yeah, but you know what? But you know what? You know what? You listen. You can ask me. Listen. With respect, you can ask me. Do I feel this way? If you're respectful, but you don't sit there and tell me who I am. You don't tell me who you. Yes, you did. I interrupt everybody. Interrupt even the. I said interrupt everybody. You must be new to my show because I interrupt everybody. Everybody gets it. No, no, no. I do. Yeah, I do. Listen, I do. Listen, I do take offense to that because if I say I interrupt everybody, but you want to focus on women, you're spinning me into a narrative that I'm not. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Go ahead. Finish your point. No, 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 no. I took offense. I took offense when you said that I interrupt women for some reason. I took offense to that. So why mention women? I interrupt everybody. Why do you mention women? I had men as well prior.
Okay,
The
hey
panel I
Queen,
just had
Queen,
had
hey
men.
Queen, Queen, hey Queen. Go ahead and say what you want to say, Queen. Go ahead. Like I'm feeling everybody on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not drawing no lines.
Yeah, but hold on. So I hear what you're saying. So, but you have to understand, I'm not gonna have somebody misconstrued my perspective about women or
I,
male.
I totally understand yourself.
That's
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
tell you one
happen.
thing. I'm gonna tell you about everybody that's been on this panel. Everybody has seemed like they need to explain themselves to somebody. We don't have to explain ourselves to nobody. That's where we started out off wrong in the first place. You know what I'm saying? We started off in slavery explaining ourselves to people. Why do we have to explain ourselves to anybody? We
It's
all
not
live our
about
own life.
explaining. So it's not about explaining. So it's not about explaining. It's about listen. It's not about explaining. Is that the fact that she attacked my character, but can I?
Hey King, I'm gonna tell you this, King. Listen, you know what your character is. She knows what her character is. We cannot base our decisions off of what someone else thinks.
Come on. So
I'm
you
gonna
hearing this
say, yeah,
right?
I'm gonna say,
Listen,
I'm gonna say,
Come on,
hold
bro.
on,
okay,
hold on.
okay, okay, okay. Listen, y'all, listen. You see what we're doing right here? It's a division. It's a division. We need to be brought together. This is what's stopping us from getting to where we need to be. The division. Everybody has their own thoughts. Everyone has their own way of moving forward. That's their way. Not don't focus on someone else's way. Focus on your way and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem that I'm having right now. I'm struggling with what I'm doing. I'm making a movement in the community. You know what I'm saying? What I am doing, so many people frown upon. Oh no, that ain't it. That ain't it. You know what I'm saying? But I know that's what it is. But the thing is, you have so many people moving against you because of the jealousy, because they're envious. They don't want you to get ahead of them. I'm gonna tell you, it's like this: if you don't have one good person behind you pushing you, and two in front of you pulling you up, you need to get rid of those people. You know what I'm saying? Find someone that's going to lift you up. Find somebody that's going to push you, and take that push not as an offense. Take it as gratitude. It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Take those people that are pulling you. It's a blessing because
Yeah,
when
man.
we
But I,
all
I
come
hear
up,
you. But I hear
when
you. I
one of
hear
us
you.
come up,
But
all us come up.
Yeah, but I hear you about the blessing thing. I'm just saying, everybody, speak your truth and what your opinions are, but don't assassinate somebody else's character
It
in the
doesn't matter.
process.
Listen, it doesn't matter. But you, because my
Darn, what
thing
do you
is,
want to say?
you know your truth. We all know our truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. I'm gonna tell you. I sat here so long. I am 42 years old. I sat here so long worrying about what someone else thought about me, not
Zo, you know I'm
going
older than
for
you,
my
right?
dreams. Okay, we could learn from younger people.
You know I'm
And
older than
think
you,
that
right?
I mean, we could learn from younger
All
people.
right, fair
I mean,
enough.
I started my business. People told me I couldn't do it,
Right.
and I was like, okay, I suppressed myself based off of what someone else said. When I stopped caring about what other people said, that's when I started to elevate. That's when I started to achieve those goals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when we cannot focus on what someone else said. Just like those white people, they told us, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, you gonna pick this cotton. You know what I'm saying? We picked that cotton, but that's where we were. But we're here now. We need to focus on the here and not
Or
where
the
we
cane
were.
fields, or the cane fields,
I think
Exactly.
what
cane
That's where
Kino,
we
fields.
I think
were.
what Kino
That's where
was
we
saying,
were.
what
Learning,
Kino was
learning,
saying
I'm
was
happy you're here. Learning,
throughout,
learning. I'm happy you're here. Do
yeah,
you feel like I was cutting off the women more than the men?
It doesn't matter what
say
nobody
no.
thinks, sir. Like that's what
I'm
I'm
And
just
saying.
curious to hear. That's fine. Just forget about what you said. No, that's fine. I'm just curious to ask this question. Learning. Do you feel? No, I'm just curious. May I ask her a question? You, you don't have to be. You're not involved in this. Let me just ask. Learning. Learning. Do you feel like I cut off women more than men, or do you feel like I was? Do you feel like I have a bias towards women while you were on here in the panel?
no,
Thank you.
no.
All
And
right.
let me say why he is interpreting what you said. Is it the black advocate? Why he's interpreting it that way? Because you didn't say don't interrupt me, or you keep interrupting the people here. You said you keep interrupting the woman, and then you continue to say, um do you not want me to speak as a woman? Because it didn't have to do with you being a woman. You know what I mean? And so that's why he's interpreting it the way he is, because that's how it's sounding. Does that make sense?
No, no.
It's
I
the
just want
way
to
it's
say
the way
that
you said it, and so that's how it sounds.
the black advocate.
Listen, this is why we cannot move forward. Dude, this is like
Yeah, but
exactly.
you're over talking
I,
the host.
I totally understand that, but what there's like, listen, my thing is, and this is what I've been doing in my business. I'm sitting here, I'm preaching to the people the goodness of these herbs, the goodness of the sea moss and whatnot. Those people that don't understand it, those people that are not catching on, guess what? I'm gonna leave them behind. I cannot go back. You know what I'm saying? You cannot go back. You have to keep pushing forward, and that's been our problem. We keep backpedaling. You can't go back for what's not going to catch on.
Right.
Take with what you have. Take those people that you have right now that have caught on and keep it moving. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You don't, like I said, you don't have to explain yourself to nobody. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
that's why I
You
sent you the
validate
mic.
yourself. Validate yourself.
That's why I sent you some coins, my brother. Listen, it's all economics, right? Okay, we know brothers don't spend no money. We cheap. We're not gonna put the money up. This movie was created for them. If there was a whole gay pride movie that came out, people gonna support it. Okay, there is a movement, like she said. She's making facts. We gonna get it on bootleg. We're not gonna support that. Go ahead, Black Advocate. Finish your point. I'm listening.
Yeah, it's like
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
mhm.
that movie got I was it like 3,000 black people got a job. Let's support the fact that all the people worked on that.
Queen. Listen,
I,
Queen,
I
I understand you, Queen. I'm gonna tell you why. And like a lot of stuff, you with the Bible, you have to pick and choose things, not to mention it. But I'm gonna say this: without a mother, without a woman, you have nothing. We all come from that feminine energy. A woman gives birth. Without a woman, a man would have nothing. Without a woman, a man would not be here. You know what I'm saying? I
Hollywood's
give
not
my
going to
and,
make a
whole.
and let me
movie
and let
I
me
give.
with
add
I
to
give
this
it to
black
too.
my
Let me
men.
men's.
add to this.
Hollywood's not going to make a movie with black men. We got Will Smith, we got Denzel. Will Smith is trash now. You got the other one. Uh, I can't think of his name, but they're not going to make a movie full of black muscular men out here. You know what I'm saying? And you know why? Because the women will go crazy, and you know what it is. I mean, this is all economics, okay?
Well, listen. Look, Soul spoke about his Christianity. I am Muslim, and
I'm
I
not.
would
No, no,
say,
no, 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 sir. No, 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 no. I'm not Christian. I'm spiritual.
okay, fair enough. But I am fair. Thank you for correction. I'm Muslim, and I would say that yeah, women. They say that heaven is beneath the woman's feet, the mother's feet. Okay, we So yes, I agree with you, and I will always support my black women, my black queens. Whatever they want to do, but I just don't want to see it the same with the same stroke, talk down upon the rest of us. You know what I mean? Because you know, sure, I understand what you're saying. That you're saying that black men are not allowed to progress, so thus black women are starting to progress. I understand what you said, but what I'm saying is you don't have to step on us in the process of trying to move up. No, I know that's what. No, right. I agree with you. So no, but no, I understand that. What? I come from
So
slavery. Of course, I understand that. I come from the cane slavery. I understand what
the
you're
thing is, I
saying.
feel like the conversation that Black Advocate is having, we we all agree on that part. I
Right.
feel now it's about the next part, which the last panel was talking about.
Thank
Where
you.
to from here? Because
Yes.
we can't rely on the
It's
current
the
system. You
healing
understand
of
what
the
I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
nation.
That yeah, how do we move forward? And I feel like
Moving forward
I,
starts with these
Lord,
small
this one.
people.
But you can't do that.
Can I say? Hold on.
Wait,
Can I
wait,
say
wait, wait,
something? Can I say
wait, wait,
something?
wait. Can I say
Can,
this real quick? I just want to say this real quick. You listen, like Daddy keeps saying it's economics. I got a business economics degree. I also studied in China, the global markets, at the Shanghai University and in Beijing. And I'm telling you, as long as you have drug dealers competing in the market alongside trade schools will lose hands down every time. The only
I
way that
agree.
trade schools will work
I agree with
the
you.
only way trade schools will work is if one, you clean out the streets by turning them in. One. Step
Hmm.
two, the youth will once they see that they'll realize that they can no longer rely on that activity because they know that the community will turn their backs on them and turn them in. So
Right.
then they'll be forced to then want to find a different way to make revenue.
Okay.
Then that's when you give them the supplements of the trade schools. But as
But you
long as you
know,
have these streets, as
listen.
long as you have these streets with a whole different market, you can put 100 trade schools in these neighborhoods. It's not gonna change diddly squat. That's
But
all I want to say.
who is the biggest
I
drug dealer
agree
out
with
here
you,
right
Gino.
now?
I agree with you, and I
Can I
feel like
talk? Please can I talk? Please can I talk? Please can I talk? Who is the biggest drug dealer out here right now?
Is that rhetorical or is that a real
No,
question?
no. I'm going ahead. I'm gonna answer it for you. The pharmaceutical companies are the biggest
Yes.
drug dealers out here. So what's right? So what we're going to do is we have to resort back to the natural. Like that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to teach our people in the community right now. They would rather our people would rather take these pills instead of these natural herbs. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Google any tree and the benefits of that tree's leaf. It's got healing properties. The biggest drug dealers are pharmaceutical. That's where we start.
I don't think you understand. So I'm not saying that drug. I'm not saying that the pharmaceuticals are not drug institutions. What I'm saying is if the goal is to implement these trade schools to help the youth, as long as you have another market in competition with that trade school, I don't care if it's selling grass. If selling grass or selling tree branches is more profitable than going to a trade school, you're automatically losing these trade schools. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not about who
Mhm.
does the most.
And the thing is, I feel, yeah, I feel like
They don't want STEM, but they're competing. They're competing with a guy on the corner who's making $300 a day, $400 a day. As long as that market is open and running, nothing competes against it.
It's the
Not only
pharmaceutical company, bro. Listen, it's the
it's not about being a
yes, it is. The United States, the United States is the only country that advertises drug commercials.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. What I'm saying here is, if you have a
that's not true.
neighborhood, if you have a neighborhood of young people, and now you're saying my goal is to empower them, to let them learn STEM or let them learn plumbing or let them learn coding, whatever that is, as long as you have that other market, whatever that is available, and it's more profitable, it's more luxurious, and it's part of the music culture, you whatever that other program you're trying to offer is gonna fall on deaf ears.
And that's because of the money. It's not all about the money. And
Hey,
that's where we fail.
here, let me just say this right quick and I'm gonna drop out. Let me just say this right quick and I'm gonna drop out. So it starts when you're young. If we get the kids and we train them that you need to understand that if you own nothing, you build nothing, you create nothing, what do you have? You have nothing. So we you need to 99% of businesses are exactly the same. You're either selling a product or you're providing a service. 100% of all businesses have customers and employees that are people. So, like, my point is that business is about people and building relationships and networking. And if you can get them at a young age, understanding that like this is how this works, you can create value in the marketplace by making clothes or uh, fixing cars or HVAC. I mean, trade school is one thing, but for like the advocate made a great point, STEM and all that stuff. But me personally, I'm not that smart, book smart. You know, the hardest thing for me about school was trying to concentrate on something I wasn't interested in. But, you know, I sell products and provide service. And if not for that, I wouldn't be able to afford uh, an above average income um, equal to those who have
Daddy, but
gone.
how long, Daddy, but how long, how old are you now when you started this whole business of selling, the
I've
commerce or
been,
whatever?
yeah, I'm 45 years old,
Okay,
but I started
perfect.
out selling Detroit news and free
Yeah.
press.
We're talking about 15 and 16-year-old kids, okay? And whether or not you believe or not, selling commerce online, it's a lot harder when compared to making a couple sales and wearing Jordans and fly clothes in the corner. This is why I said Charleston White, I think his name, Charleston White, whatever his name is. I think he has it right, and I think what he's talking about is the future. We have to clean up these streets. We have to remove all other markets from these neighborhoods, and then we can create and offer other services.
I think you can do it at the same time. I feel like the reason um people turn to drugs, and we're talking about drugs, yeah, but like in other parts in different countries, things like gangs and being gunmen and them thing, that is what they tend to. And the reason is poverty. So we need to fix the root problem, poverty and broken homes, teaching in the home, together with cleaning up the streets. It
Yeah,
can't be like one
but
or the other. But the cleaning up of the streets has to happen. It has to
yes,
happen.
yes, it has to.
And
Well,
then
before
And
you
the only
together
can,
with
reason,
it
that,
starts at
we,
home before you can go out in the street, right?
yeah, together with that, we're cleaning up in the home. We're teaching, um, we're keeping our men in the home. We're teaching values of not even the nuclear family, but that fathers are needed. Fathers are a fundamental part of the family, and we
Right,
need fathers and mothers to raise our families, you know and also another thing that the Jewish community have on lock, no matter where in the world they are, is they keep the money in the circle. Jewish
right.
people buy from other Jewish people, they go to Jewish doctors, they go to Jewish schools. We
why?
don't keep our money in the circle.
That's
let
that's
us keep let us keep the money here. Let's build each other,
it's
build
it's
build
harder
black
it's harder it's
businesses.
it's harder for Black Americans to do this. Like, look, I'm
Yes,
Dominican, and it's a lot harder, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because let's say for Dominicans, we live in Washington Heights. It's easier for us compared to my brothers and sisters for Black Americans, because
right,
for Dominicans we have segregated ourselves because we have an acquired taste in food,
right,
music, and we have a language barrier. So even if my mother, who is a beautiful Black woman, wanted to go somewhere else, she can't because there's a language barrier. So she has to go back and buy her groceries from a certain place. She has to go to a certain doctor who speaks her language. Do you see what I'm saying?
yep,
So for
And that's
Black
okay,
Americans,
because remember, we're talking about us as the diaspora, or everybody as the diaspora. So even if she's buying from other Dominican people, that's okay. We keep the money in the circle. We have black lawyers, black doctors. We build black schools. Let's not go to their schools. Build black schools. We build the community, right? And we circuit, because the problem is poverty. Let me tell you that we can take every drug dealer off the street, they're gonna find another way to make money quick. The problem at the root is poverty. We need to heal poverty.
yes.
yeah, but let
Jews
me.
retain their
But
wealth.
Listen, hold on. Listen, it's somebody in the comments saying it's all about my CMOS. Let me tell you something right now.
oh my
I've
God,
never lacked for anything that I needed. I'm gonna let you know that right now. I've never lacked. It's not about my CMOS. It's about me teaching other people how to make this same thing that I'm making. I would give
bro,
it to
that's
you.
them haters, bro.
I would give it to you. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what my struggle was. I am a gay man. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, about to break it down for you. All my life, I was talked about, ridiculed, put down But I want it better for my people. You know, I didn't do nothing to those people. I didn't fight them or nothing. It was people always coming against me, just like this person in the comments right now. I'm here to give the education. I'm here to give. I'm here to give it. That's what my gay community, that's what my black community, my white community, whoever, I'm here to give. I'm here to teach. It's not about no money. I come from a
Let
I
me
come from a well established background. It's not about the money. It's never been
Hey,
about the money.
okay, but let me
hey,
let
my
me let
dad
me
owned a liquor store in Detroit, and he
let
was
me
like the only black person on the whole block. And when them Arabs moved in, they stopped coming to us and they started going to them. And our store was
let
getting broken in like 3 times a week. They was coming through the roof.
let me
Mm-hmm.
respond to learning. Yes, poverty is an issue. But this other guy on the panel brought up Mexicans. They said, "Oh, why do Mexicans live in, so many people in one room?" It's because listen, when your community does not support bad behavior of any sort, and poverty is the cause of crime, you know what Latinos do? They don't let their kids leave their house. They know that their kids leave the house, they will go into poverty, causing them to go do crime. They won't leave. They won't let their brothers go out the
and
house
and
because they know poverty will
and that is a
result. Wait,
preventative
wait, hold
measure.
on. Can I just finish? And they know that
Okay.
poverty is the
Mm-hmm.
cause of crime. So what I think would happen is once you clean out these streets, get rid of all the undesired behaviors, then yes, there will still be a lack of resources for people to become independent. But they'll know that eventually poverty will lead to crime. They will start huddling themselves under one roof, working and keeping their funds under one roof with many family members, just like the rest of us have done. And then they will eventually reestablish themselves, opening a business together, refunding their money. But until we clean these streets, ain't nothing happening. That's my point. That's not a
I
theory, that's
agree. I
actually
agree with
happening.
cleaning up the streets. I want you to know. Yes.
Remember. Okay, I'm not. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm really look. With all due respect, what she
変わります。強い雨や雷雨、強風による横殴りな雨にお気をつけ